Yo, yo, what up? What up? Pitts or Goddard? I would go with Pitts, Kyle Pitts. Yo, and we got some people up in here. Yo, Kenyon Drake or Rashad Penny. I don't know if these people are still here, so I'm gonna give them some time to get here. Devonte Smith or Robinson? I would go with Devonte Smith. Devonta Smith for me. Yo, what up? What's up, Uzi? Get on YouTube. I already am on YouTube. I'm starting Robbie over Bateman. Go for it. Should I start Gesicki and Michael Carter or Miles Sanders? Wait, should I trade Mike Gesicki? Glad you can make it. Should I trade Mike Gesicki and Michael Carter for Miles Sanders? I mean, if you don't need like Mike Gesicki, yeah, I would do that. Herbert or AJ Dillon? Herbert, Collins, or AJ Dillon? I would go with Alex Collins. It looks like he's going to play. What do you think about Damien Williams getting activated? Hey, I made a video on it. Check out the video. Yo, what up, Landy? Hey, Josh Jacobs or Jonathan Taylor? I would go with Jonathan Taylor. Kenyon Drake or Rashad Penny? I would go with Kenyon Drake. Debo or Scary Terry? Debo. What up? Ertz, McKissick, or Ayuk at flex. I have Gibson. I would still go with McKissick there. I would still go McKissick. Pick 2. Herbert, Collins, AJ Dillon, or Mooney. Okay, so that was 2. So I would go with Collins, and then I would go with Khalil Herbert there still. Damien Williams or Gaskin. I would go with Gaskin. McKissick, Collins, Callaway, or Corey Davis. I would go with Collins since he's active. Hey, man, need an RB. Should I drop Khalil Herbert for Devonta Freeman? At that point, I would rather just fire up Khalil Herbert. I'd rather just play Khalil Herbert. Bro, thank you for all you do. No problem. Oscar, what up? We got Freeman, Dillon, Carter, Collins. I would go with Collins. And Devonte Smith or Mooney. Devonta Smith. I'm starting Robbie over Rashad Bateman. Go for it. I mean, I'd start Bateman, but do whatever you want. Damian Harris, Damian Williams, Darrell Williams. Pick 2. I would go with Damian Harris and Darrell Williams. Down bad in an 18-team league right now. Oof. And especially an 18-team league, like there's really no room for error in that, I'm sure. Cordell Patterson another week. Yeah, I would fire him up. Alex Collins or Gaskin or Bell? Alex Collins. Ayuk, Aguilar, Hardman, Callaway. Pick 2. Ugh. I would honestly go with Callaway, and I would go with who do I have higher in my rankings? I gotta look this up. Hold on 1 second. Let me see. I think I have I might have Hardman. Callaway and Hardman. Callaway and Hardman. Damien Williams, Herbert, or McKissick? I would go with McKissick there. Damien Williams or Drake? Dang, not too bright on Mooney. No, really, I'm not. I'm not very high on Chicago's passing attack. Like, I just don't. They don't want to throw the football. They want to run the ball. Yo, what up? What up, everybody? Darrell Williams or Josh Jacobs? Darrell Williams. Yo, dude. What up, Brian? Thoughts on Freeman? I can do him, David Johnson, or Penny. I would rather go Freeman. Because at least, like, Freeman's going to see increased work on a team that wants to run the football. Trade Patterson and Ertz for Debo. Yeah, I would do that. Hi, yo, what up? Are you still sure I should start Ridley or Jamar Chase? I want Ridley there. I mean, it is close. I would go Ridley, personally. Damien Williams or Drake? Drake. Bye week. Got CeeDee, Eckler, and Saquon out for me. Got screwed. Yeah, it's tough. It is tough. Yo, Iron, what's up, Iron? What's up, Ozai? Bateman or injured Shepard? I would still go with Sterling Shepard. Big Ear Tupac. To be honest, I haven't listened. I would say Biggie. I've listened to more of his stuff, I guess. I like his stuff. Yo, what up, Yuki? Scary Terry, Renfro, or Shepard? Scary Terry. Is this the week we start Staffy over Lamar, or is that never happening? I would never. I can never. I would always start Stafford. Thoughts on James Conner this week? I like James Conner. I mean, it's a rough week. He has a good matchup, so they're favored to win by a lot, so fire him up. Should I pick up Jacoby Myers over Corey Davis? I'd rather have Corey Davis, personally. Elijah Mitchell, Damian Harris, Darrell Williams, pick 2. I would go with Darrell Williams and Damian Harris. Family Feud or Double Dare? I probably know what Double Dare. I honestly don't know what Double Dare is. I would say Family Feud then. Thoughts on AJ Brown this week? I like AJ Brown. I want to trust you with starting and the run defense amazing. I might flip a coin. Hey, go for it. Do what you want to do, my guy. Shepard or Myers? Shepard. Flex spot, Julio or Dallas Goedert? I want to go Dallas Goedert. Where do you have Freeman ranked? I want to say like it's around 20 something, like later 20s. Gotta adjust it. I have him at currently. I have him at 27. Is Alex Collins going to play, you think? Yeah, I saw a report today that Pete Carroll said he's going to play. So, yeah, he'll play. Always start Stafford. I mean, it depends on... Always start Lamar. If it's between Lamar and Stafford, always Stafford. Or always Lamar for me. Should I do this trade? I'm giving Justin Jefferson, James Robinson, Chris Carson, and David Montgomery for either Eckler or Kamara plus Godwin, Devonte Williams, and Claypool. Yeah, I would do that trade. I would take the Eckler side. Well, no, I would take Kamara because he's already had his bye week. So give me Kamara. Damien Williams or Corey Davis, full point PPR. Corey Davis. Rashad Bateman or Mecole Hardman? Rashad Bateman. I forgot Corey Davis is out there too. So Ridley or Mike Davis? Ridley or Mike Davis? Ridley for me. Like to play this week, Ridley. Carr or Tua? Carr. Who should I start at RB2? We got Gibson, McKissick, or Elijah Mitchell. I would go with is this in PPR? I mean, I would just go with Gibson and Elijah Mitchell. Damien Williams or Corey Davis, full point PPR. I would go with Corey Davis. Damian Harris or James Conner? Damian Harris. Sorry, Devonta Freeman. What was that for? Is it okay to start? Oh, yeah. I mean, it depends on your other options. It depends on who else you're starting. Would you rather have Collins or McKissick? Okay. If it's PPR, probably McKissick. Do you watching college football along the side of the stream? No, I don't have college football pulled up. It'll make it lag too much. Like my computer's not that good of a computer. So it'll honestly make it lag. The trade would be for next week, so all bye weeks would be out. Oh, okay. I would still go with Kamara, though, personally. What's your expectations on Jacoby Myers versus Jets? I mean, I had high expectations for him last time, and he didn't really do much. But I think he'll have a good game this week. Mike Davis or Damian Harris? Mike Davis for me. Feel good about Michael Carter this week? I feel okay about him. I mean, especially this week when it's like so, it's rough, you know. So yeah. Also, real quick, perfect time for a little plug here. If you haven't already, do me a big favor, smash the like button. Also, if you're over on YouTube right now, hit that subscribe button. And if you're over on TikTok right now, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. In my link tree, you'll see my YouTube channel. Click on that. Come on over. So. Profile, Linktree, YouTube channel. Come on over, get your questions answered. All right. Mixon, Darrell Williams, or Sanders this week. Only one, Darrell Williams. Edmonds, Julio, James Conner, Elijah Mitchell, pick 2. I would go with James Conner. I would go James Conner, Elijah Mitchell. Once I expand, I call being first hire. All right, Brian. Sounds good. Freeman, Michael Carter. Who do I? I don't know which one I have ranked higher. Freeman's one spot higher. Yeah. Trade Gibson for Deontay Johnson. Yeah, I would do that. Bears Williams or Bateman? Bateman. Thanks, and let's go Brandon. Bruce always coming in here with the let's go Brandon, huh? St. Brown or Julio? I would go with Julio. Sam Darnold or Carr? Khalil Herbert or Devonta Freeman? Devonta Freeman. I asked too many questions, but at least I'm one of the top players in my league because of you. No, never feel like you're asking too many questions. Ask as many as you want. Start one, James Conner, Mike Davis, Elijah Mitchell. Mike Davis for me, out of all of them. Will Damien Williams coming back affect Herbert that much? He didn't really hit practice at all. I don't see him getting many touches. I think he's going to affect him a little bit, yeah. But the big thing with Khalil Herbert is just, for me, more the matchup. I really don't like the matchup. Will Uncle Lenny have a good week this week against the Bears? He should, yes. Miles Sanders, Mixon, and Patterson. Pick two. Mixon and Patterson for me. Where do you have Bateman and Robbie ranked? Hey, if you want my ranking, sign up to be a member. There you go. Should I drop Zeke? Yeah, drop Zeke. That's what a lot of people were asking week one. James Conner or J.D. McKissick? James Conner or J.D. McKissick? James Conner for me. Zach Ertz expectations? I mean, I think that he'll be okay, but they'll probably blow out Houston. They're not going to have to really rely on the passing game that much. So I think that being new, just the game script is going to kind of limit his upside. But I think better days will be ahead. Which fantasy analyst do you respect the most and follow? Honestly, I respect Josh Larkey. I believe that's how you say his last name. He does player profile. He's part of that team over there. I don't know what their actual name is, but he's with the Podfather. He does stuff. I really like him. I think he's really good. He's really analytical, and I like that. Ertz or Tyler Higbee? It used to be, honestly, no cap. It used to be Mike Tagliere, no cap. So R.I.P. Mike Tagliere. That honestly used to be my favorite. Are you worried about A.J. Brown because the Titans don't pass? No, I'm not worried about A.J. Brown. I have the pieces to trade for Kamara or Zeke. Would you recommend it? Yeah. If you're just looking to upgrade one of them. I got Michael Thomas off waivers in a 12-team 3. Oh, that's really solid. That's good. Week 1, I traded Swift and A.J. Brown for Chubb and Julio. Every set I took the W, but I'm regretting it so bad now. Yeah, that's rough. That's rough. Pick 3, we got J.D. McKissick, Alex Collins, Zach Ertz, Devonta Freeman. So J.D. McKissick, I would go with Alex Collins, and I would go with Zach Ertz. Should I start Patterson or Lenny? So I would go with Leonard Fournette. Mixon or Darrell Williams? Honestly, Darrell Williams for me is higher. Gaskin or Michael Carter? Gaskin's higher. Herbert or Robbie Anderson? Herbert. Oh, shoot, I don't have my sign up for TikTok. Dang it. That's probably why nobody's staying. Got to put up the sign right quick. There we go. Herbert or Robbie Anderson? As long as it's PPR, I'll go Robbie Anderson, yeah. McKissick, Damian Harris, Collins, and Gaskin. Pick 2. So I said, oh, that's Damian Harris. Okay, McKissick. I would go with McKissick and Damian Harris. Higbee or Ertz? Let me see. I think I have Higbee. I got to double check that real quick. Let me see here. Tight end rankings. Yeah, Higbee. Okay, Mixon or Debo for flex? I would go with Mixon. What should I do with Julio? Because I'm clueless at this point. Hey, if you're newer to the channel, I would have told you a long time ago after week 1 to trade him. I would have never actually drafted him. But I just think at this point you ride it out. I don't think many people are going to try to trade for him right now. So I'll just ride it out. Could Tyree Jackson play a role this year with Zach Ertz gone? I honestly don't even know who Tyree Jackson is. I'm assuming that's by that the Eagles' backup tight end. Honestly, I think they're gonna. We'll see, but I just think that they're gonna rely on. He might have a little bit of a role, but I just think that Zach Ertz was too good of a player to not keep him on the field. So I think, although he's definitely fallen off quite a bit, but I think that Goddard's gonna be mainly like just a guy. We'll see with Tyree Jackson. We'll have to see, but I don't think so. I don't think he'll be like fantasy relevant. Bateman rank? Hey, you want my rankings? Become a member. I'll tell you, either him or I'll tell you. Bateman or Lockett? I would go with Lockett there. Gesicki or Higbee? Gesicki. I love Gesicki. Devonte Williams or Chase Edmonds rest of the season? Rest of the season, for me, it's still Chase Edmonds. That's really frustrating with Devonte Williams. I think that he's the better running back, but right now it's just... And it's not happening. Gesicki or Higbee, Gesicki, Bateman, Callaway, or Devontae Parker. For me, Devontae Parker. Love Devontae Parker this week. Love him. Real quick, I'm going to start the TikTok right quick. I got to restart the TikTok because I messed it up earlier. Messed it up without my sign being up. All right, here we go. There we go. Picked up OBJ because I have a free spot on my bench in hopes he could do better in future weeks. What do you think? Not even worth a bench spot? Same with Claypool. So I think, no, I would definitely keep Claypool and OBJ. I would definitely keep them, yes. Do you post any bets? Would love to see your plays for tomorrow. I'll have them. I guess I could maybe post them on Twitter. I could probably, no, what I'll do is tonight, yeah, I'll make a command for it. That's what I'll do. I'll make a command for it with some of my top bets, and then I'll also talk about it tomorrow. So, yeah, I'll do that. I'll do that. I'll make a command over on Stream Elements so then I can just like do exclamation point bets and just have it pop up, and then also do I still want to finalize them though. One that I do like, I've been talking about, is the spread. I want Cincinnati. Tyler, the Stros are going to win the World Series because are you rooting for them? Thanks for the luck. Hey, go Stros, even though I don't like them. I'm here for one reason, one reason only. Yo, what's up? Come on, Braves. So, Clam, what did I eat today? I ate, had like this sausage, sweet potato, like bowl kind of thing, and then what else did I eat? Like an egg bowl, like I don't know, my wife makes them. They're healthy. They're like guacamole and kind of stuff like that. They were both good. Let me know who has been acting weird in chat, and I'll ratio them. All right, I'll let you know. Also, Seclan, I got a couple of my bowl predictions for this week. All right, here's a couple of them, and then I'll have the rest tomorrow. So the one I said, I'm gonna just take the Bengals outright. I'm gonna take the Bengals outright. I'm gonna take the Bengals outright to win, and I think that they're gonna be atop of the AFC North tomorrow. So the Bengals outright. Also, another one that I do like. What was the other one that I liked? Not New Orleans. Who was it? Oh yeah, this is a bold one, okay? I don't feel great about it, but here we go. The New York Jets, baby. The New York Jets beat the New England Patriots tomorrow. Coming off their bye week, they're going to be firing on all cylinders, and we're going to look like Zach Wilson's going to look legit. Don't feel great about that one, but that's a bold one, okay? Don't feel great about it, but you know what? I'm going to back it up, and I'm going to put some money on it. Also, another bold prediction, all right? Here's my third one, and then you'll get the rest tomorrow, okay? The third one is Miles Sanders. The reemergence of Miles Sanders this week. Over 100 yards rushing and a touchdown. Miles Sanders this week. Book it. All right. Flex, Alex Collins or Brandon Ayuk? Alex Collins. Mixon and Diggs for Kamara? No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. Ertz or Waller? I would Waller for me. I would still go Waller. Should I drop Julio Jones for Michael Pittman? I would pick up Michael Pittman, yes. Ridley, Cooks, or Waddle this week? Ridley. You said to follow some guy on Twitter 2 weeks ago. What was his name again? Probably Josh Larkey. That's probably the guy that I was talking about. At Josh Larkey, it's Lark. I don't know if it's EY, but he's the one I would follow. Alex Collins is good to go. I flexed him over Michael Carter. I dropped Devonta Freeman, picked up Christian Kirk to stack with Kyler Murray. Yeah, Alex Collins is good to go. Let's see, Collins or Ruggs. I would go with Collins there. Hi, unrelated, but one of my friends, James, has autism. Can you please say get better, James? Hey, get better, James. Whoa. You tricked me there. He has autism. You can't get better. You tricked me. You almost got me. Almost got me there. Ertz or Goddard, or Ertz or Gesicki? Gesicki. Did you create a fantasy program, or how do you base your rankings? A fantasy program. What do you mean by a fantasy program? So I had like preseason rankings. I did like preseason what the heck? Projections and all that kind of stuff. So I just do that. I just base it off of that. Zacher, no. Do you think that Deebo Samuel said? Do you think that what did Deebo Samuel say about Ayuk? I didn't see that. What did he say? Almost got me. Almost got me. Hawkinson or Goddard? Hawkins. Yeah, Hawkinson. I would go Hawkinson. Should I do Mixon and Jefferson or Ridley or Swift? Should I do Mixon and Jefferson or Ridley or Swift? So you're saying like to get one of them? Is that what you're saying? Oh, wait, it disappeared, right? Other streamers would be, any other streamer would be flipping out. I mean, it was just a joke. If somebody can't take a joke, you know? Your ratio. Gaskin or Freeman? Gaskin or Freeman? Gaskin or Freeman? Gaskin. Yeah, Gaskin. What was the one question? Landy, what was your question again? My friend, he said thanks. No problem. I'm playing Collins because that offense is better than the Jets, and plus the Seahawks at home are due for a big win. Yeah, hey, you said you like the Seahawks to win this week, Siklan, right? Zach Ertz or Freeman? Zach Ertz. Should I trade Ridley or Jefferson and Mixon for Kamara? Okay, so should I trade Ridley or Jefferson and Mixon for Kamara? Oh, okay, so you're saying one of the... No, I wouldn't do either one of those trades. I would just keep who you have. I would rather have the Ridley, Jefferson, and Mixon side than the Kamara side. Unless you're getting the Mixon and Jefferson side. I would want Mixon and Jefferson, but I want to do that for Kamara. I would just keep what you have. Should I drop Khalil Herbert for Damien Williams? No, I would keep Khalil Herbert, personally. Swift for Chase Edmonds and Devonte. Who wins? Swift for Chase Edmonds and Devonte? I'd rather have Swift, personally. Debo said that Ayuk is in for a breakout week because he looked great this week in practice. I'm not really buying that. I'm not buying it. All right. If the Chiefs lose tomorrow, you think State Farm will fire Mahomes? Probably not. Hey, he makes some money, dude. No way. You think Progressive would have fired? That's Progressive, right? Or Geico? Who has Baker Mayfield? Is it Progressive? I forget who has Baker Mayfield. Maybe not even one of them. I can't remember. You know, he's been doing commercials in the Cleveland Browns stadium for so long now, and what has he done? I don't know what Baker's done to really justify those commercials. I don't understand. Hey, yo, what up, Optimize? Brandon Cooks, Robert Woods, or Jacoby Myers for flex? I would go with Brandon Cooks, Yuki. Progressive is progressive. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, what has he done? Tannehill or Carr? Carr. I would go with Carr. Pick 2 in a standard league. We got Mike Davis, Alex Collins, Antonio Gibson's. Gibson's. Pick 2 for streamer wide receiver 3. We got Slayton, Gage, Edmonds, or Pascal. Edwards. Who's Edwards? I'm drawing a blank. Who's Edwards? Okay, so I would go with Mike Davis and Antonio Gibson for the 2, and then pick 2, Slayton, Gage. Who's Edwards? I'm drawing a blank here. Who's Edwards? Hulu has Baker. Yeah, they also Hulu has Baker too. So I would go with Slayton, and then I'm not sure who Edwards is. I'm drawing a blank. Who's Edwards? Watch it be somebody that I can't. Who were your top 5 running backs through 7 weeks? Like going forward, or just? I mean, going forward. Bryan Edwards. Oh, okay, Bryan Edwards. Okay, yeah. So then I would go him and Slayton. Who are your top 5 running backs through 7 weeks? So, I mean, like, are you talking like in terms of fantasy football, like going forward, or just like NFL wise? I would say going forward, the guys that I would definitely want in my top 5 are Derrick Henry, Zeke. I mean, right now, Alvin Kamara. Because he's already had his bye. Zeke will now have his bye. Najee Harris. And then I would say Dalvin Cook. I mean, I hate to leave CMC out, but like, when is he actually going to return? When do we know? You know what I mean? Once he returns, he'll be good. But like, those are 5 stud running backs that are seeing really good volume right now. Pick 1, Shepard, Corey Davis, or Bateman. Shepard for me. Traded Henry for Kamara and Ridley. Is that a W? Yeah, I think so. Because Kamara's already had his bye too, so he gets a little upgrade there. Is Tua a good start? Yes. Trade away Cordell Patterson and Rashad Bateman for DJ Moore and Miles Sanders. W. Yes, W. I like that trade. JT, baby. Pittman, Mooney, or Callaway. Full point PPR. Pittman. I have the second highest points in my league, but I'm in 5th place. That's normal, right? Yeah, I mean, there's a guy right now that's in my league. I believe he might be 3rd in points. I think he's 3rd or maybe even 2nd. But he's 2 and 4, and he's in like 10th place right now because he has the most points against by a lot. By a lot. It's just that's the downfall of the head-to-head. You know what I mean? Goddard or Hawkinson, PPR. Hawkinson. Really at his bye too. Yes, really at his bye too. Exactly. Hi, my friend. Devonte Freeman or Damian Harris? Damian Harrison. You mean Damian? Is it Harris? Damian Harris. Why does everyone sleep on Eckler in the top 5? Hey, I mean, I guess he is top 5. That is true. PPR. But it's just like, who do you take out? Who would you take out of those guys? Like, you taking out Derrick Henry? Definitely not. Are you taking out Zeke? You probably take out Zeke. I'd rather have Zeke. Najee Harris, I mean, right now, I'm definitely not. In PPR leagues, no way am I taking out Najee Harris. Najee Harris is leading all running backs by a large margin in targets right now. There's no way I am taking Austin Eckler over Najee Harris right now. Sure, he plays on a better offense, but I don't care when Najee Harris is seeing like 10 targets a game. No way. And then who else did I say? Alvin Kamara, I mean, I just think with his bye week already, I'd take him. I would rather have him anyways. And then Dalvin Cook, just Dalvin Cook. It would be like, Austin Eckler would be like there at 6 or 7. Probably 6. Right there with CMC. Matt Ryan or Tua? Matt Ryan. Is Ertz worth a start? Yes, he is. Definitely. If you need help, yeah. I closed last night, opened today, and I worked 10 to 6:30, so I might not make it to game day stream. That's okay, Optimize. No worries. You're always there. Hey, you gotta get that bread. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make that bread, dude. No worries. Gibson and Callaway for Edmonds and Devonte. Who wins? Gibson and Callaway for Edmonds and Devonte. I want Edmonds and Devonte, honestly. That's really solid. I'd want that side. Should I trade Diggs for Zeke? I would want Zeke, yes. Herbert or Freeman? Herbert or Freeman? I would go with Herbert's higher. Damian Harris. Ramondre Stevenson versus Julio Jones rest of the season. I would take Julio Jones, yeah. Stafford or Lamar this week? Lamar. I'll go with Lamar. Lamar. All right. Is it a hot take to say Jamar is a top 10 fantasy wide receiver going forward? No, I don't think so. I think he definitely looks like one. And especially in Dynasty, I would say he's the second best wide receiver going forward right now. Damien Williams or J.D. McKissick? J.D. McKissick. Tua or Tannehill? Tua for me. I would go with Tua. I mean, I want to like Tannehill, but it's just the dude's been letting me down. I mean, he just hasn't been that as good as I thought he was going to be this year. Robinson, Higgins, or Woods? I would go with Higgins. Devonta Freeman or Ramondre Stevenson? Is that how you say his name? Devonta Freeman. Would you start Patterson over Collins this week? Yes, I would. As long as it's PPR, yes, I would. I would. I have Tannehill, 12 team, no one on waivers. Should I trade for a quarterback? If so, what are some good targets? Who's on waivers? Let me know who's on waivers first. Who's on waivers? Let me know some names first. Because if it's a one quarterback league, there should be some guys on waivers. Who's the best wide receiver for you in Dynasty? Voice crack. Best wide receiver, I would say Justin Jefferson right now. I would say Justin Jefferson is still the best Dynasty wide receiver. But Jamar Chase is definitely coming. Jamar Chase is looking good. He's looking good. And if he, has another really good week, I might start thinking, okay, maybe. Should I pick up CEH? I don't. Yeah, I mean, I would pick him up. But who? If you have an IR spot, go ahead. I would, yeah. My friend Ferris, who has wondering who to start at quarterback. Derek Carr or Tua? Derek Carr, baby. Pittman or Bateman? Pittman. This is the first stat I've been sober in 10 years. I appreciate the distraction. Hey, good for you. Big W's to Brian. Hey, there we go. Brian, sober for 10 years. Oh, not sober for 10 years. I thought sober for 10 years. I totally freaking read that wrong. It's the first Saturday. Well, still W's for Brian. Yeah, I have Chase. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely in Dynasty. He's really close. He's really close to being wide receiver 1 in Dynasty. Chase is. So definitely don't give up Chase. Traded Kelsey for DJ Moore and TJ Hawkinson. What do you think? Traded Kelsey for DJ Moore and TJ Hawkinson. I think that's okay. Yeah. Yeah. Do you think CMC is going to miss more time than expected? I think he'll probably come back once the 3 weeks is up. I think he'll probably come back. Hopefully. I mean, this is kind of what happened last year. We kept waiting, and then, comes back and then gets hurt. So, I mean, I'm definitely a little skeptical here of CMC. Top 5 RB in Dynasty. So, okay. For me, number 1 is Najee Harris. All right, number 1 for me is going to be Najee Harris. This is tough because what to do with some of these guys here? I would say Najee Harris. I don't know if I should say it. I want to say DeAndre Swift, honestly, at number 2. But there's a lot of good guys, but it's just I don't have dynasty rankings. That's going to be my goal for this offseason is to focus on dynasty and really get my dynasty all that up and running and be solid in the realm of dynasty. I would say I would go with I want to say Devonte Williams too, but it's just what I would say Devonte Williams because I think that next year Devonte Williams should be the guy, and I think Devonte Williams honestly looks really good. I think Devonte Williams looks really good. It's just he hasn't had the chance. So I would say who was I going to say? Najee Harris, DeAndre Swift. I would say Devonte Williams. This isn't in any other order except my boy Najee at number 1. I want to say Derrick Henry, but like, dude, I don't know. I gotta look at it. I definitely gotta look at this. I know it's almost mid-season for football. Any ideas what you're going to do after the season? Yeah. So there's a couple things that I'm gonna do after the season's over. Number 1, I'm gonna focus on Dynasty. That's gonna be the biggest thing. I want to make like my Dynasty rankings and all of that. I want to get run some Dynasty leagues and do some mock drafts for Dynasty. That's going to be the biggest focus heading in. And then I'm also going to break down rookie film and really look at the rookies and then figure out, like, kind of do my own draft board for the NFL draft and look at who's going to be taken and all that kind of stuff. And then also another big thing that I want to do, and I might do this, is learn R code. Josh Larkey teaches it. I might learn R code and do my own DFS optimizer, like build my own DFS optimizer. That's going to be my thing. Top 3 Dynasty for me is Taylor, Najee, Swift. Oh, yeah, I totally forgot about Taylor, too. I would say Taylor, definitely. Najee, Swift, yeah. And I think, like, there's still some guys who still have, like, Joe Mixon, I don't know, like, Nick Chubb could probably have a couple more years left. Like, those are guys that I just don't think I know he's a freak of nature and he's doing things that have, like, never been done, but there's no way that Derrick Henry touches the ball 500 times and is the same running back after that. Darnold or Tua? Tua. I gave you the people on my, what kind of value should I trade for Chubb? Where were the people again? Callaway or AJ Green? AJ Green. I'm taking Aaron Jones or of Zeke for what? Are you saying for dynasty rankings? Jaybird. Name my phone OBJ since it's getting dropped a lot. James Conner and Mike Davis. Ramondre Stevenson or Elijah Mitchell, Damien Williams. I would go with Elijah Mitchell. Need help. I have 3 running backs and only need to start 2. We got Damien Williams, Khalil Herbert, Michael Carter. I would go with Khalil Herbert and Michael Carter. About the Tannehill thing, you said who's on waivers? Teddy Bridgewater, Heineke. I would definitely pick up Danny Dimes. Danny Dimes will be good going forward. I know that was brutal last week, but I think going forward, I think he'll be better. Pittman or Brandon Ayuk? Michael Pittman. Should I trade Cooper and Schultz for Ridley? If you have no use for Schultz, I would do that, yeah. Yeah, I would do that trade. Ertz or Goddard. Damian Harris, Connor, Mike Davis, or Elijah Mitchell. Damian Harris, Connor, Mike Davis. I would go with Mike Davis there. Waddle or Ruggs? I would go with Ruggs. All right, quick. If you haven't already, do me a big favor, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed, and if you're over on TikTok, come on over to YouTube. It's not as busy. Come over here, get your questions answered. All you got to do is click on my profile, go to my link tree. My link tree will take you over to my YouTube channel. So come on over and get your questions answered. So should I trade for a quarterback start, Tannehill or Danny Dimes? So this week I would go with Tannehill, and I would just pick up Danny Dimes and play the matchups between those guys. Like, I don't like to trade. Like, I just think that if you're going to trade, like, try to trade for a top-tier quarterback, because I don't see much of a difference between, like, Kirk Cousins and, like, a Danny Dimes. Like, there's going to be a little bit of a difference, but not a massive difference where I want to give up a piece for Kirk Cousins. I'd rather just play those 2 quarterbacks and start those 2 quarterbacks, where, like, a guy like Kyler Murray, sure, there's a big difference, but it's going to cost way too much to get Kyler Murray. So I wouldn't even worry about doing a trade. I would just keep playing matchups. That's what I would do. Thanks. You're welcome. Devonte Parker, Tyler Lockett. I would go with Devonte Parker. McKissick or Gibson? I would go with Gibson. Thoughts on DK this week? I mean, I'm definitely not as high on him as I would like to be, but in a tough week with bye weeks, I would still fire him up. Just manage your expectations. That's it. Just manage your expectations for next week. And really going forward, I did see that Russell Wilson got the pin removed in his finger. So they said that there's a real chance that he's just going to be out for those 3 weeks. He was placed on IR, and then he'll be back. So that's good. That's good for, Russell Wilson going forward in well, not so much, I guess, Russell Wilson, but more of Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf especially. Dynasty trade Shenault for Ayuk. I would probably do that. I still want to have faith in Brandon Ayuk. I still want to have faith, but it's definitely, it's definitely fading a little bit here. I don't love Danny, man. I mean, hey, if you want to do a trade, do a trade. I mean, that, like, me personally, I would just roll with Danny Dimes and Ryan Tannehill. That's what I would do. I mean, if you want to do a trade, go for it. Do a trade. But like me personally, I would just keep streaming quarterbacks. That's what I do. I don't have top-tier quarterbacks. Well, I did draft Ertz quite a bit this year, but I just stream quarterbacks. That's what I do. I do fine. Who's the best team in the NFL as of right now, and why the Cowboys? I knew you were going to say that, Ozai. I'll say the best team right now is probably Pittsburgh. And here's why. No. I would say, I know that Arizona is undefeated, but I would still say the Bucks. Like, I just think that the Bucks are, man. They are tough. But Arizona definitely belongs in the conversation. The Bills definitely belong in the conversation. Like, still Kansas City, I still think we'll get there at some point. And then also, like, who's the Rams. Like, Kansas City right now reminds me of, those years with Kevin Durant on the Warriors where there's always drama and it's always like, oh, the Warriors are going to fall apart. And then they would go on and they would sweep every single team in the playoffs. Like, that's what the Chiefs remind me of. Oh, there's drama here. The Chiefs don't look that good right now. And then once it's the playoffs, oh, they just go on and they murder everybody once again. It will be a good matchup between them and the Bills. But I think that the Chiefs are still legit. So good. No way, Bills. I mean, the Bills just lost to the Titans. I mean, come on now. The Titans. And they lost to Pittsburgh. How can you say the Bills? Because they look good in like 2 games? Come on now. The Bills lost to Pittsburgh. Of all teams. At home. Opener, Pittsburgh Steelers. Yuck. And I'm a Steelers fan. Lockett or Renfro? Lockett. Go with Goddard or Ertz? Goddard. Mooney or Julio? Mooney. Or no, Julio. I'm sorry, Julio. I'm 2-4 right now. Is it time to panic? My team is Stafford, Ertz, Najee. No, it's not time to panic, but let me tell you one thing that you need to do. Trade one of those, at least try to trade one of those quarterbacks. Just go to a team that needs a quarterback. Don't try to get a whole lot from them. Just try to trade one of them away. Like Trey Morris right now, he wants to try to trade for a quarterback. So go find the Trey Morris and try to trade away one of your quarterbacks. Jacoby Meyer, Devonte Smith. I would go with Devonte Smith. PPR. Brandon Cooks or Miles Sanders? I would go with Brandon Cooks. The Bills lost to the Steelers. Yeah, the Bills suck. They lost to the Steelers at home. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that the Bills suck. Definitely not. I mean, I think that they're a really good team, but they did lose to the Steelers at home, and then they lost to the Bills. Like, come on, they lost to the Titans. I mean, I don't think the Titans haven't looked that good. Cordell Patterson, Jamar Chase, Darrell Williams. Pick 2. I would go with. Oh man, that is tough. Honestly, I would go Jamar Chase and Darrell Williams. That's tough, though. That's a close one. All right, and I'm going to go live for like 10 more minutes, 15 more minutes. Tonight's not going to be a long stream. Tomorrow, I'm honestly going to wake up and go live for... the streams have been doing pretty well for like when I do 4 hours, so that's what I'm going to do again tomorrow. There's no London game this week, right? Or is there a London game this week? I don't think so, right? Let me know in chat. I don't think that there's a London game. But maybe there is. Yeah, I don't think there's one. But I'm still going to go live for a while tomorrow. Yo, what's up, man? What up? What up, Samuel? Hurts or Herbert rest of the season? For me, Hurts. I mean, a guy that throws like 100 passing yards and still somehow scores over 25 fantasy points because of his rushing ability. Yeah, he's like the term is Konami code quarterback, right? The Konami cheat code. That's what he is, and that's exactly what they're talking about when they say that. He's horrible as a passer, yet he puts up over 25 fantasy points because of his legs. Like, yeah. Running back for the rest of the season, Singletary or Damien Williams? Singletary. I'd rather have Singletary. Damien Williams or Khalil Herbert scoring more tomorrow? I would rather go with I'd go with, okay, if it's full point PPR, give me Damien Williams. Otherwise, I would go with Khalil Herbert. Yeah. Yeah. If your roster is in deep hole, you're gonna make a trade and get some stars or lots of depth. I started 0-3 and made a trade, and now I'm on a 3-game winning streak. Yeah, that's a good point from Optimize. Like, if you're 0-3, like, you got to make changes. Well, if you're now like, 1-5, you got to make changes. Like, just right now, the chances of you making the playoffs are low. Can you still do it? Absolutely. But it's really low. And the best thing to do now is just try to trade, and hopefully something happens here. Hopefully something happens where you trade the right guy, things blow up for you. Yeah, and that's it. That's kind of what you hope for. Unless you're a team that's scoring a lot of points, but you just, like, unfortunately are playing teams that are scoring a lot more points. Obviously, right? That's why you're 1-5. But no, like, you're second or third in scoring, but you just have a ton of points against, right? That's just, things will change for you. Unless the fantasy gods absolutely hate you this season and they say, you know what, you're not making the playoffs this year, even though your team is one of the better teams in the league. No, which would be really unfortunate for you. Hurts or Rodgers this week? Hurts. I would go with Hurts. Justin Tucker and Matt Gay. Anyone? Matt Gay. Should I drop A.J. Brown or should I drop A.J. Brown? Or should I drop A.J. Brown for Odell? Absolutely not. Connor or A.J. Dillon? Connor. I would go with Connor. Thoughts on Devonte Booker against Carolina? I mean, I like him. If you need somebody to play this week, I like him. Like, once again, like, this is a bad week. There's 6 teams on bye. There's players hurt. Like, fire him up. I still think he's a good play. I know it's a tough matchup, but he's going to see volume, and if you need him this week, fire him up and feel good about it. Now, he might only score 8 points, but hey, in a week like this, 8 points will be good enough. Devonte Smith, Tyler Lockett, AJ Green, pick 2. So I would go with Devonte Smith, and I would still go with Tyler Lockett there. Is Ertz and Goddard for Kittle a good trade? I would want the Ertz side and Goddard side. I wouldn't want to trade for Kittle. I traded Dak, Aaron Jones, and Henry Ruggs for Jalen Waddle, Josh Allen, and Saquon because I ended up getting Zach Moss off of waivers and instantly started winning. That's what's up. Devonta Freeman or Myles Gaskin in full point PPR. I'm still going to go with Myles Gaskin there. Yo, should I start DJ Moore and Chase Edmonds for Aaron Jones for Mike Evans? I don't really like Evans, but I like having Jones as RB2. So trade DJ Moore and Chase Edmonds for Aaron Jones. For Evans. Wait, what? So would you get Aaron Jones and Mike Evans? Is that what you're saying, Ryan? I would do that then. How do you feel about Ramondre Stevenson? I mean, I don't feel great about it. I feel like that's more of a desperation play. Like this week, he's a flex play. Hopefully, he can catch some more passes. But yeah, I mean, once again, this is a terrible week. So if that's all there, fire him up and hope for the best. Thanks for subscribing, B-Dubs. Yes, thank you for subscribing. Booker and McKissick, I would go with, if it's full point PPR, give me McKissick. Otherwise, I would go Booker. I'm back. What's up? Yo, what up? What up? Yes. Yeah, then I would do that, Ryan. If you're getting the Aaron Jones and Mike Evans, I would do that. I would do that trade, yes. Ingram or Tunyon? As long as Ingram plays, I would go Ingram. Renfro or Hubbard or Cooks? I would go with Cooks. All right. And I'm going to go live for like 5 more minutes here, and then I'm going to just cut out the stream. I'll be live tomorrow, early tomorrow morning. Early for a while tomorrow morning. I'm going to wake up early. I'm going to be one of the first streamers to go live in terms of fantasy football. I'm going to be live, locked and loaded, ready for a long day of streaming, and then have my waiver wire video out. Mondays are usually good, or Sundays are good. Sundays are very good. Devonte Williams takeover time. I wish, but it doesn't look like it, to be honest with you. I'm hoping Elijah Mitchell goes off tomorrow. I hope so. I be on with you. Yo, Richard. That's what's up. Richard's going to be on. Elijah Mitchell, he should have a solid week. I like Elijah Mitchell. Do you like auction drafts? I'm in my home league. We only do auction drafts, and it's no joke, but I love it. Honestly, I haven't had a whole lot of experience with auction drafts. I do, I've done quite a bit of mock drafts, but I actually have never done an actual league with an auction draft. But I do like the concept. I think that the concept is really good because it's kind of the same with Fab Bucks, right? Like, I just think that you can get a better team. You don't have to worry about, first pick or, having the 12th pick. You don't got to worry about that kind of garbage. You just spend the money. And I love the concept 100%. And I think that as time goes on, I think more people are going to start to shift towards that. Once it becomes a little bit more popular. And that's a plan next year. Next year, there's going to be 2 things that I'm really going to focus on heading into the draft. Well, 3 things. I'm going to start early, fire up Dynasty Leagues, get really solid with Dynasty Leagues. After Dynasty Leagues, my focus is going to be towards auction drafts and Superflex. Once I have my rankings and I'm, making videos on Dynasty Leagues, it's going to be auction, Superflex. Those are going to be 2 things that I'm going to really focus on. Devontae Parker or Devontae Smith. Devontae Parker. Hurts or Lamar? Lamar. Rashad Bateman or Stevenson in the flex. Rashad Bateman. Is Darrell Williams a good play tomorrow? He's a top 10 play. Fire him up. How early? I'm going to be going early. I would say around honestly, I think I went around 9 o'clock last time. I think I'm going to go at 9 o'clock again. Eastern Standard Time. So 9 o'clock until, it's going to be I would say 4 hours. Till about 1 o'clock. Is how, I'm going to go from 9 to 1. So, yeah. So if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Hit the subscribe button. If you're over on TikTok, hit that follow button. Get notified when I go live. Can I start Damian Harris at flex? Absolutely. Damian Harris is a really good player this week as well. Plays the New York Jets. Fire him up. This week. Should I start my wife or Addy chick or side chick for tomorrow? Keep in mind, the wifey be... Yo, Nelly. Yo, that's crazy. I can't... Come on, you gotta go with the wifey. I know that they're naggy. Devontae Parker or Bateman. Devontae Parker. Who would you package to get CMC? I have Debo, Cordell Patterson, Mitchell, CH, Darrell Williams, Javonte Williams. All right, so what I would do is what I would start with is Cordell Patterson. Honestly, they're probably not going to take that, but I would go with maybe Cordell Patterson, Darrell Williams. I doubt that they would take that, but at least start there. You're probably going to have to put Debo in there, and then another solid piece, probably Elijah Mitchell to get CMC. That's probably what you're honestly going to have to do. But I would at least start with Cordell Patterson, Darrell Williams, give them options to be starting this upcoming week. Freeman, Meyer, or Shepard? Shepard. I'll go with Sterling Shepard. Side chips are W. Everyone with a salary still has a second stream of income. Oh, optimize there. Optimize. Oh. Side chick has more outside. Whoa. Is Parker playing? I believe so. I didn't see that he's out or anything. He's probably questionable. He maybe even was taken off the injury report. I haven't seen, but from what I haven't seen anything on him not playing. I think he's going to play this week. Do you think you could ever do a fantasy football league for members next year? I'm sure there's too many of us, but a thought. Yeah, no, definitely. I'm going to run some Yahoo leagues, 100%. With some of the fantasy people. I'm also going to do a couple more dynasty leagues. And then also, what I want to try is there's going to be one league. We're going to do one league where it's going to be a 32-team fantasy football league. We're going to do it like the Walter picks. They do it. It's going to be a 32-team fantasy football league, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to get it. The league would be unfair since I would win by a landslide. Oh, yeah. Should I start A.J. Brown? Absolutely. Fire him up. Should I try to trade Amari or Brandon Cooks for Montgomery? Neither. I wouldn't want Montgomery. I don't want Montgomery. Should I start A.J. Brown? 100%, Andrew. Yeah. All right. So, if you haven't already, do me a big favor. Smash the like button. Hit subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Josh Jacobs or Devonte Freeman. Josh Jacobs. And if you're over on TikTok, there's only a couple people. You guys, the MVPs over there. Hit that like button. Hit follow. Boyd or Ingram, did you answer it? I would go with Ingram. I missed it. My dog puked. No, your dog puked. No! All right, so I'm going to be going live tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time for a long time tomorrow. So make sure you tune in. I'm going to hop off. Appreciate everybody hanging out once again. You all the MVPs here. So I'll see you all tomorrow. I had just saw down. All right. Peace, people. Corey Davis or Davis? Corey Davis or Gibson? Gibson.